Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Monday, the 19th of June, 2017, and Friday the 23rd. I hope you had a good trading week. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. Hard to believe it was too exciting when you look at this, but the NDX looks a little different. So look how flat and narrow this has been now for 2.5 weeks. And really, we've just seen a lot of this year. It's just so uneventful. Let's go through the major cash indices and the futures contracts on some of the commodities, and then we'll look at the intra-week action, and then we'll go take a look at what's coming up. So we got crude oil at 44.67, closed up 22 cents on Friday. Gold up less than $1. That's obviously a blip. Hey, it's options triple expiration on Friday it was, and guess what? The S&P up less than a point. Pretty much what you expect for options expiration, especially a triple expiration. NASDAQ 100 down 1941. This chart in particular looks ugly. If we crack the lows of the last week or two here, those 2 days where we dipped down, we cracked those lows. This does not look good, and this is the top tech. Remember, it's been like 5 or 6 stocks that have carried the techs the whole way, and they've been coming in. They're causing this pattern. It's not a good pattern, folks. This is what the beginnings of bad things looks like. Stocks down 3.5. Also down from the highs. Biotech's down 12. This thing's never done anything all year long. The VIX down 52 cents, though. That's what's amazing. 1038. Can't get the VIX moving. Need that VIX and volatility back up a bit, which we will certainly get if the NASDAQ starts to crack. Trend up close at 1.39. Puts the 10-day moving average at 1.1. The volume doesn't matter because it's all the options unravel or expiration. They roll the options to stocks and close out the positions. So 3.1 billion shares. This is not meaningful. Not meaningful volume. You can see the 1 day back in March where volume was about 2.6. That was also triple expiration. The day that was meaningful was the day week back when we had 3.1 billion, and it was real selling in the market. Advanced decline ratio doesn't get any flatter. +2. 2 more stocks up than down on the NASDAQ. On the New York, it was +437 for expiration. Google loses $1.56. Apple loses 202. This does not look good in Apple. Amazon gains 23 on news that they're buying the most expensively priced grocery store chain in Whole Foods on the planet. So evidently now Amazon's going to be our food provider. Why not? Netflix up 62 cents. Tesla loses $3.94 after making its way back to highs the other day. The 20-year bond ETF, TLT, up 25 cents. Bonds have been climbing. I'm going to keep saying it. Like we get another pop up to 130. It's actually higher than it was before the election, and rates are supposed to be going higher. Very strange. Dow Jones, who cares, up 24 points, 30 stocks. No one really cares. Goldman Sachs down $1.42. So this is not pretty. The thing you got to keep focused on is this chart right here, NASDAQ 100. And this starts to roll over, things could get ugly quick. All right, let's take a look at the intra-week action. So here's 10-minute candles on the ES contract. You can see part of last Friday, and then so Monday, fairly flat opening, a little bit of wiggling, closed about even. Tuesday, we gapped up, didn't do much, and went a little higher. Wednesday, a little gap up that filled quickly. Dipped late in the day after the Fed announcement, but bounced back and closed down a couple points. But then Thursday, we gapped down instead, recovered a bit, never quite filled the gap. Friday for expiration, triple expiration, we get a flat opening. We come back down and we come back up and we close right around where we started. NASDAQ side, a little less interesting actually. You can see the big sell-off the prior Friday. Never came back to recover most of that. A lot of people underwater in that trading. It's going to be real interesting to see what this turns into. This is going to be a very, very interesting week. I think this is going to be telling moving forward as to what the market's got going. All right, so in terms of economic data, Monday we don't have any. So there is nothing coming out on Monday. Tuesday would be nice. Current account balance at 8:30 a.m. That's an hour before the bell. Remember, Mondays might be a little slow just because it's the first day of a new option cycle. Wednesday, we've got MBA mortgage purchase index at 7 a.m. Existing home sales 30 minutes in. Crude oil inventories an hour in. Thursday, we've got initial jobless claims, continuing claims. Those are the weekly numbers. FHFA housing price index at 9 a.m. Natty gas inventories at 10:30. And then finally on Friday, new home sales. So it's a very light week for data, and that's fine. It might not need the data this week. If you look at that pattern in the market, it is a setup for failure. Whether that actually happens, obviously, we need to start seeing some selling before that'll kick in. But we'll see. Doesn't look pretty. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.